Hi, my name is Karen Holmes. I'm the founder and director of the World Peace Organization for the One World Government. I saw in the news that Elon Musk is in trouble. He has made a comment and has a poll on his Twitter account and telling people that, asking people for their opinion on how, about Russia's annexation of parts of Ukraine. And I wanted to comment about that because we have a solution for that. Over the centuries, over the millennia, the lines of war, the lines of borders have been drawn based on warfare instead of around cultures. People like to live within their own culture, and when one of the things that has happened in like Ukraine right now, when you have the lines drawn across cultures, what happens is it has a sense of chaos. Okay, so when Vladimir Putin is doing this, he's doing it. This is the same thing that's happened in the Middle East, in Iraq. In Iraq, they're the Sunnis and the Kurds and the Shiites, and the line of Iraq was redrawn around to cut those, put the borders right across the cultures, and then to create the chaos. So the solution to that is for when the creation of the international government occurs, for the cultures to petition or to go to the international government and create their own government, and to be drawn across to bring a sense of peace, to be drawn around the cultures instead of a country. When right now there are about 200 recognized nations. When after the international government is established, there will be 500 countries. So what we have to do is we have to consider what it takes to create a nation. That's the first question that will be addressed at the conference in Europe. What constitutes a nation? As that happens, some nations won't be coming to participate in the creation of the international government. That's okay. They can stand back and watch and see how it works. And then at the conference in Europe, then the people, the nations that are there, the delegates, will help to decide the first conference that is held. They will decide how to bring in the other countries that have stood back and watched. So after that happens, then they'll be able to, nations like Ukraine, the cultures that are Ukrainian, and all the other countries will be separated. Now, the thing is that some nations, the issue is that some nations will be wanting to stay together and be larger because the power nation is based on population. So when you stop and think of Vladimir Putin and his war that he's going on, people are leaving Russia. There are thousands of people who are lined up at the border, and it's taking hours and hours for them to get out. And the reason that won't work is that in the House of Representatives, which is based on the will of the people, in the international government, that any nation that's oppressive to its people any government that's oppressive to its people will find itself losing power in the international arena. So then, and also one of the rights that the people will have is to be able to leave the country if they feel they're being oppressed. And so the international government will handle that, and that can be handled through the Faith of the Pure Ray offices, a church that teaches people how to create their life based on the 7 major religions. It unifies the religions into one body of knowledge where all the religions are represented by their own teachers, their scholars, their clerics, and then as the people come in and go around the circle, if you put all the religions in one circle, you go around the circle, and it teaches you, each of the 7 religions teaches one segment of the body of knowledge that's needed to create the life you want. So basically, when you put the international government in there, the people who want to leave, instead of lining up at the border, they can apply at the international government. They'll have the right to do that at that office, and then they will be people. They can go to other countries and through this, because they are working to create the life they want. Then that if they have the certification or whatever it is that's decided, if they graduate from that class and they have that, then they're welcome to go to any country that needs people like that, and then they're welcome to go home or whatever they want to do if they feel that they are being oppressed. So my plan, the plan for the international government, actually works better than Elon Musk's idea. You can say that, once again, we're going to be looking at the rights, the unalienable rights that people have to be with their own people within their own culture. And when the people are separated and they feel they want to go back, or they want to go back and as an asset to the people, as an asset to their country, then they have a place where they can stay if that talent and gift is necessary, if it's needed in that area. So it'll work out very well. And the idea of having the power that a nation has based on the will of the people, and in the International House of Representatives, like it is in the United States, then it will benefit the government to protect its people rather than to be oppressive. And the idea of the settling disputes between nations in courts rather than the battlefield, and the monies wasted on war will go to the people instead to build and to prosper. Okay, the idea of maximum pressure isn't working because it's in no one's best interest for a government to do that to its people or to any people. All right, so that's all I wanted to say. I ask you to like, share, and subscribe, and thanks for stopping by.